Among Us is the latest viral video game made by Innersloth, the same ones that published the Henry Stickmin collection. It currently shares the same viral status as Fall Guys, and it's for a good reason. Among Us is that type of game that somehow gets popular because of the shareability and the social aspect of it. Besides, it's free on phones. I have been playing quite a lot of this game after it got viral, and I'm pretty much in the Among Us hype train. I thought that this game, since it's small, could be good to review as my first ever game review on this channel. So, yep, this is TheRubenazo, and you're watching Among Us. A Trustlike, worth your trust. Roll the intro. I said roll the intro. The goal of the game is pretty straightforward. It follows the same formula like Trouble in Terrorist Town and Town of Salem. Among Us's objectives change whenever you're a traitor or a crewmate. The traitor's goal is to kill everyone without being discovered. But there's more to it. You'll have to be stealthy with your kills, and you'll have to perform an Oscar-winning acting by lying to your friends. You won't be a good imposter at your first time. The map layout and the people you play with will shape your playstyle constantly until you get a good amount nailed down. And as for crewmates, yes, your goal will always be to finish all your tasks. You also need to be wary of your surroundings. And you will need to be more analytical and use more facts than just plain accusations like "Yellow is sus" in order to win the game. You're not alone in this fight, remember. You have crewmates to back you up. But knowing who are the imposters is a difficult yet rewarding task that will make the game easier for you and everyone else. I think that the goal of the game is pretty basic and easy to learn. You don't need to have played any other games before playing this one to understand it. The objectives are clear from the beginning when you start a match, and you even have your ability to change the options of your game settings if you host a game. The best way to know how to play is by looking at the tutorial. But this one does a bad job at it. Why do I say this? If you actually select the tutorial in the main menu, you'll see a huge problem. It's text and GIFs. This could work for a simple platformer, but this game has a lot more going for. The tutorial explains what you need to know, but lacks an execution. I feel that they should have switched for an obligatory practical tutorial, where you have to actually go and perform actions for the tutorial to progress. And why? Because this could have been a literal lifesaver. I played this game with a couple friends a few days ago, and they don't play video games at all. I had to explain to them how to play. They were still confused and clueless until they were taught while playing in a real match. And that tells a lot about the effectiveness of the tutorial and how it could have been approached. The type of controls differ between the PC and smartphone versions of the game, one using the arrow keys or the mouse, and another using touch controls, which are joystick and just plain touching the screen. Both feel pretty responsive, but there's a difference that should be addressed. Playing on PC with the AWSD keys will give you slightly better controls rather than the touch controls, since it's slightly more responsive. I mean, you are pressing literal physical keys. But playing on a smartphone will give you better accuracy when completing the minigames versus using a mouse, since touching the screen is faster than moving around the mouse. So some people will have slightly better advantages in some parts of the game. To do extra actions like killing, venting, opening a task, will require both versions to click on the respective buttons. This time, smartphone users have the slightly upper hand due to touch controls. Pressing the top right button below the settings menu allows you to see the entire map of the game, the names of the rooms, your current position, and where your tasks are located. I think this is a very simple but effective minimap. It displays the necessary information with a simple color choice: yellow for tasks, and 2 shades of blue to indicate rooms and halls, which helps the tasks stand out. The only problem I see with this is that whoever has the color blue when playing will have a slightly harder time locating themselves on the map. But that could just happen to someone that doesn't have the map learned, so it's not a big deal, but it's still there. Imposters have additional skills that are the following. Enhanced vision allows you to see people from furthest distances. If there's no lights, they will still be able to see perfectly fine. Venting enables you to instantly move from one point to another. Depending on the map, a vent can have one or multiple other spots to come out. Killing is self-explanatory, but it has a timer for the skill to be used again. It will freeze if you are inside vents. The final one is sabotaging. Pressing the button opens you the same exact map but in a red tone. Depending on the map you play, you can choose to close doors, turn off the lights, empty the oxygen, or start the nuclear reactor. The two last ones can end the game if it's not attended in a limited amount of time. So drop any tasks you are doing, that is more important. Overall, the mechanics that inherit the imposters are very well rounded and complement perfectly the Trustlike formula. Knowing that at any time an alarm could come off or that a vent next to you could open makes sure you will always keep attention to your surroundings while doing tasks. So, is there something wrong with this? No. I don't think that these skills could be improved any further. Besides, if you want to change them, let's say the timer of the kill button, you can just edit that on the game settings if you host it. So no complaints here. This game has 3 maps: The Scaled, Mirror HQ, and Polus. Polus being the most open and more imposter friendly because of how far away key structures are and its size. Mirror HQ being the more crewmate friendly due to its small size, and The Scaled, which is the default map and the most rounded one. Each one has their own quirks. For example, Mirror HQ's sabotage options doesn't include the ability to close doors, and every single vent is connected to each other. Polus, in the other hand, doesn't have the option to sabotage O2. Vents don't exist, and instead there's holes, which emit noise if an imposter travels through it before going outside, and if you close the doors, in order to open them later, you need to complete a minigame. These 3 maps at first look like a really small amount, but what it has in the amount, it does well in level design. Each one offers a different approach to how a game is played. An imposter, for example, will be more cautious when killing a crewmate in Mirror HQ since doors can't be locked. And a crewmate will be more scared to getting killed in Polus because of how open the map is and how easy it is for the imposter to zip around it. The only thing that kinda sucks is that all 3 feel pretty standard. There's no unique mechanics that really sets them apart. For example, like a cursed forest that switches crucial map locations every round so it never is the same. I would love to see that in a sequel. Tasks or minigames getting finished are one of the 2 ways for crewmates to win a game. All maps share common minigames like fixing cables, emptying trash, but every map also has their own unique minigames like aligning Scale's upper and lower engine rooms, watering plants in Mirror HQ, or repairing the drill in Polus. This allows for a slightly enough variety to not feel repetitive, especially since tasks are randomly generated for each user. The only bad thing I could say to this is that all minigames use click and drag or hold, and there's no motion controls, for example. I mean, it's understandable since this game was made first on phones, and having those minigames on PC would be an issue that just isn't worth the time. The extras of this game are pretty minor. The game includes the ability to customize your character by hat, skins, or pets. If you play the free version though, you will have only the ability to change hats. PC users can use both hats and skins. Pets, extra costumes, and hats are treated as individual DLCs you can purchase. Since it's all cosmetic, it doesn't bother me at all. It's just there to support the devs. But I wish they gave you at least a couple pets in the PC version. The graphics of this game, having the PC version as a base, are just perfect. The simple and yet 2D cartoony visuals really makes this game pop out more. You can clearly split the character from the background, and thankfully, there's a yellow aura that appears next to an available task if you come closer and helps identify them. Without it, it will be really difficult to know where the task is. The characters themselves are a bit inexpressive in most circumstances. They stand motionless. They run without emotion. The same happens when doing a task. The only time I saw emotion and expression is when you get killed by the imposter. So seeing emotions only when a crewmate is killed feels somewhat wrong to me. I really like the game's attention to detail a lot in the sound department. You can hear a different background noise depending on the room you're in. You can hear the different noise and the volume of the steps you make depending on the surface. But the best part by far is the title screen. Take a listen. So ominous. It tells me that there's something wrong, and we are about to find it on our own. I know this isn't a section I should include, but I need to address how bad the servers are in Among Us. Most of the time, you will getting disconnects for no reason, and this includes people leaving mid-game or just when the game starts. The moment you have just a millisecond of no internet, the game just gives up, gives you the middle finger, and kicks you off. At least give me a bit of time to reconnect. After taking a lot of different aspects of this game, giving you some background info and my thoughts, I firmly believe that Among Us is a very strong title that uses the casual market to its advantage. The gameplay is very basic and straightforward. The game is fun to control. The content of the game is enough. The graphics are good and the audio is superb. It's a real easy game to pick up, play a couple rounds, and maybe post some clips on YouTube. It's a really fun game that is worth your time. So I will give this game a 9 sweeping cards out of 10. Because holy shit, I'm getting stressed out. Come on! Hey, before you go, I want to talk to you something. If you came this far into the video, I want to say thank you. Making videos is being something like interesting because I had a lot of experience doing like editing, but I've never done something this serious as starting a YouTube channel for real and making content. And I just wanted to place this message right here at the end of the video because I felt that I needed to say something to the people that actually care about my content enough to watch the entire thing. You can also care about my content and not watch the entire thing. That's so perfectly okay. But if you're hearing this message, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for sticking with me, watching my content, and just being generally incredible. I know I'm a small channel. I'm not going to get a lot of attention, but I just want to tell you that if you are new to this channel, especially if you are new to this channel, and you like the content, you could subscribe and like the video. But if you don't want to, that's perfectly okay. You can also dislike the video if you didn't like it, and please, if you didn't like it, I would love to know why. Like, tell me in the replies, this video was really slow, it was boring to watch, there wasn't something interesting, or no, I don't know. Anything, any criticism is welcome. I also have a Discord that I always place in my description of the videos, just if you want to join the Discord and say to me a couple words. I'm always interacting with people I meet this. This is completely not scripted, so there's going to be like a lot of... But well, what I want to say, yes, thank you for sticking by. If you like my content, subscribe. I'm not going to be the one that posts, oh, these people didn't subscribe at the first part of the video, like, you know, those typical YouTubers that post the graphic of 80% that watch my content doesn't subscribe or something. Because I feel that it's just not okay to do. So I think it's better to post it at the end of the video, so that way only people that actually care about the content, which is you, like see this. Well, see this, more like hear it, but well, you guessed it, right? So yeah, I also want to mention that I do Twitch. Okay, I stream two times a week, which is Wednesday and Friday, 4:30 p.m. Central European Summertime. Okay, it's like 6 hours ahead, of Central European. No, well, anyways. So, well, thank you for watching the video, and I see you in 2 weeks.